Lisa, you were sharing the other day, you've done a deep dive and looked at the numbers. What do you think is going to happen with the market numbers-wise after the storm?
Well, my crystal ball broke, but I do rely on numbers to basically try to figure out what the story is going to play out to be. So here's what I can share with you. You might say, what is my house worth? Or what is my land worth? Here's the thing that I can share with you. I'm going to give you a few concrete examples. Number one, in Snell. Okay, so it's one of the areas that I looked at. Snell Isle, just right up here northeast of downtown, right where we're standing, not too far away, probably 3 miles away. Great area, beautiful, right?
Gorgeous.
Was out there with some clients, and they were asking what was their value, because they had water intrusion, the house was built in the 50s, and they really just didn't have any interest in rebuilding it. So they said, what can we get for the land? So I gave my opinion on price, okay? So the opinion on price was just for a standard 60, it was a 60 by 110 lot. Based on trading that's happened for vacant land, and I did a little bit of a price adjustment, price correction, roughly about $700,000 to $750,000 based on just that land position. That's an interior lot.
Okay.
Okay, first example. I then call up one of my good colleagues, my friends in the business, and I say, hey, I've got a lot here that I just was at. Do you have any clients, builders, developers that want to buy that parcel? So he said, tell me about it. I told him about it. And he said, well, that's great. Number one, I don't think I'm going to buy it. And I said, okay, that's fine. Tell me more. Like, why not? He said, well, I already have 3 under contract right now.
Wow. Okay.
Better locations, better positions. One, he got a corner lot and he got a really good deal. Others were interior lots, just standard fare, but different positions, a little bit higher base level to start from where this particular street was. I said, oh, really? That's interesting. Okay, so why don't you tell me, if you could, what do you have them under contract for? And this is where it got kind of like dicey. So the net of it is, his pricing was significantly less, to the tune of about $500,000. What I want you to realize is that the price of land at this particular juncture, okay, and you had shared with me an interesting statistic about valuations post-storm.
Post-storm. So hearing from some of my friends that I actually started in the Fort Myers marketplace in real estate. So what they saw after the storms, about a 14-month time period, is when they started to see the values begin to, start to rise again.
And that was from the storm that happened about 2 years ago. Okay, so let's just contrast this for a second. So we have a 14-month sort of window, but I look at things in the short term because there's people that are watching this right now
that have to do something now.
Yes, there's a lot of urgency there. So think about this. When you have a pricing variation that's going from, let's just say an easy number, $700,000 for a vacant parcel, not even vacant, it's a house that's sitting there, they're gonna have to tear it down, doesn't matter. $700,000 to some people who are pretty savvy and sophisticated that are having opportunities that are pretty much the same, maybe a little bit of variation, but pretty much the same at $500,000. Okay, those are non-recorded transactions right now. Those will become recorded transactions. That will begin to influence the market, any market. I'm just using Snell Isle as an example of this. It will influence our market, right? So you got the 14-month sort of time frame-ish to go to back to a normed market, prices appreciating. Right now, you may have a very short window to get that $700,000 or $600,000 mark, or whatever it is in your particular neighborhood. Shore acres is going to be different. Beaches are going to be different. The window is because that news is going to get out.
Right.
And there's going to be more options, because as people start to make their decisions, perhaps you're going to think, I need to get out sooner rather than later, because I'm going to try to maximize my equity position before the disruption really begins, where you've got lots of inventory. So the net of this that I would like for you to take away is that if you're trying to maximize your equity and you are in a position where you actually want to unload from your property and you have the ability to do so, your window could be pretty short before we get all this increase in inventory that will come out into the public market, and then you're going to start to see those recorded transactions that are much cheaper from the developers and the people that actually have lots of cash just laying around for these kinds of instances. So just be cautious about that, and if you need an evaluation done on your property, please absolutely call anybody in our office so that we can help you get an evaluation done by one of our advisors. If you want a formal evaluation, we have a list of appraisers. So just know that there are different markers here, that we have a lot of data that we can help support sort of your decision making. Reach out to us anytime. Tracy Struby, thanks for being here.
Thanks for the information.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.